Claire's hand caught Maya's jaw beneath the studio lights, and then her best friend kissed her live. 3 seconds earlier, Maya Bennett had been laughing so hard she could barely read the comments racing up the monitor beside her camera. The LED panels washed her apartment studio in warm amber and violet, the low hum of her gaming PC mixing with a soft electronic beat playing beneath the stream. A half-finished iced coffee sweated against the smooth black desk, leaving a cold ring beside Maya's keyboard. "Okay, absolutely not," she said, pointing at the chat. "You people have lost your minds." Claire Donovan leaned over Maya's shoulder to read the challenge herself, her dark ponytail brushing Maya's bare arm. "Kiss your best friend for 5 seconds," Claire read aloud. Her laugh came quick and bright. 5. They're ambitious tonight. The viewer counter climbed past 18,000. Maya shoved Claire lightly with one elbow. "Easy for you to say. You're the straight one." Claire had been Maya's best friend since college, and for the past 2 years she had also been the invisible machinery behind Maya's channel, the producer who fixed microphones, moderated disasters, remembered sponsor deadlines, and appeared on camera only when viewers begged loudly enough. Tonight, they were celebrating Maya's biggest subscriber milestone yet. Nothing complicated, nothing dangerous. Just two best friends, one camera, and a chat determined to embarrass them. Claire reached for the microphone. The metal stand gave a soft squeak beneath her fingers. "What do they get if we do it?" "Claire."
"I'm negotiating."
Maya could smell Claire's citrus shampoo when she leaned closer. The studio suddenly felt warmer despite the air conditioner blowing steadily across Maya's ankles. Donations flashed across the monitor.
$50.
100. Then someone dropped 500 with the message, "Do it, cowards." Maya covered her face. "This is why civilization is collapsing." Claire laughed beside her. "It's a kiss, Maya," says the woman who spent 15 years reminding everyone she's straight. Something changed. Not dramatically. Claire simply stopped smiling for half a beat. The music continued. Comments continued flying. Maya turned toward her, expecting another joke. Instead, Claire was looking directly at her. 5 seconds. Claire asked. "You're actually considering?" Claire moved before Maya finished. Her fingers settled lightly against Maya's jaw, warm against skin chilled by the air conditioning. Maya caught one sharp breath, smelled coffee and Claire's peppermint lip balm, and then Claire kissed her. The room seemed to lose its sound. Maya's hand froze above the desk. Claire's other palm pressed against the cool edge of the chair, as if she needed something solid beneath her. It wasn't theatrical. It wasn't exaggerated for the audience. It was brief, gentle, and somehow that made it worse. Or better. Maya couldn't decide. Claire pulled back. The studio audio returned all at once. The music, the computer fans, the frantic notification chimes exploding from the speakers. The chat became an unreadable wall of capital letters. Maya stared at Claire. Claire stared back. Neither woman laughed. "Well," Maya finally managed, reaching blindly for her iced coffee and nearly knocking it over. "That should keep the internet occupied for about 12 seconds. Claire looked toward the camera. Challenge completed. Her voice sounded perfectly controlled. Maya knew her too well. Claire twisted the silver ring on her right hand whenever she needed somewhere to put nervous energy, and right now she was turning it around and around beneath the desk. Maya forced herself to read another comment, then another. The stream moved on, because streams always did. Yet something remained suspended between them, invisible and impossible to edit out. 20 minutes later, Maya ended the broadcast. The red live icon disappeared. Silence settled over the studio except for the air conditioner and the faint click of cooling equipment. "Well," Maya said, pushing her chair backward. "That was weird."
"Yeah."
Claire began unplugging a microphone. Maya watched her coil the cable too tightly. "You okay?" "Of course." Claire finally looked up. Her eyes dropped to Maya's mouth for one unmistakable second before returning to her eyes. Maya stopped moving. Claire did too. Then Maya's phone vibrated against the desk.
Once. Twice.
10 times. She turned it over. Their kiss had already been clipped and reposted everywhere. The first upload had 80,000 views and was climbing. Maya lifted the screen toward Claire. We have a problem. Claire looked at the numbers, then at Maya. Another notification appeared before either could speak. Maya Bennett finally reveals secret girlfriend live. Claire's fingers stopped twisting her ring. Maya, she said quietly, don't correct them yet. By 8 the next morning, Maya's accidental kiss had more views than anything she had deliberately created in 3 years. Her phone rattled across the kitchen counter every few seconds, vibrating against cold white quartz while pale California sunlight cut through the blinds in narrow gold stripes. The apartment smelled of burnt toast, and the dark roast Claire had made without asking, exactly 2 tablespoons stronger than Maya liked it. 2.7 million, Maya said, staring at the analytics dashboard on her laptop. Claire stood across the island in yesterday's black t-shirt, scrolling through her phone. 3.1. Maya looked up. What? Someone reposted it on another platform. Claire turned the screen around. The frozen thumbnail showed the instant before their lips met, Claire's hand against Maya's jaw and Maya staring at her as though the challenge had vanished from existence. Maya snapped the phone face down. I hate that thumbnail. You hate that it has better engagement than your last 12 videos combined. I can hate 2 things. Claire almost smiled, but Maya's laptop chimed before she could answer. An email from Brightside Media sat at the top of Maya's inbox, marked urgent. The company had been discussing a sponsorship package with her for nearly a month, but negotiations had stalled after old clips from Maya's public breakup started circulating again. Now, the offer had changed. Maya read the first paragraph twice. They doubled it. Claire came around the island. Her shoulder touched Maya's as they read together, the cotton of Claire's sleeve brushing Maya's skin. The refrigerator hummed behind them. They want a 6-week couples campaign, Claire said. Featuring us. Featuring the relationship everyone invented 12 hours ago. Maya closed the laptop. No, Claire reopened it. Maya. No. Your channel lost 2 sponsors after the breakup mess. Brightside covers production costs through fall. Maya pushed away from the counter. Then I'll find another sponsor. Before Friday? Claire asked. Maya stopped. The wall clock clicked once into the silence. Brightside's offer expired in 72 hours, and the campaign required a public confirmation before contracts could be issued. Claire picked up her coffee. We don't have to decide this second. There is nothing to decide. You're straight. I'm not turning my best friend into clickbait because strangers liked watching us kiss. Claire's mug paused halfway to her mouth. Before she could respond, Maya's phone lit up with an incoming video call from her manager. Maya accepted. Within minutes, the kitchen filled with numbers, engagement up 400%, subscriber growth accelerating, advertisers suddenly returning calls. Then came the question Maya had been dreading. Can we confirm whether Claire is your girlfriend? Maya opened her mouth. Claire moved first. She stepped beside Maya, close enough that both women appeared in the small camera frame. Yes, Claire said. Maya's head whipped toward her. Claire kept looking at the screen. She is. Silence came through the speaker, followed by the rapid tapping of a keyboard. Maya reached over and ended the call. What did you just do? The soft click of the disconnected call sounded absurdly small. Claire set her mug down. Bought you 72 hours. By telling my manager we're dating? By giving Brightside what they need while we decide whether this can work. Maya paced to the window and back, bare feet whispering over hardwood. There is no this. Claire pulled a yellow legal pad from beneath the laptop and uncapped a black marker. Then we make sure there isn't. She drew a line down the page. 6 weeks. On camera only. We establish boundaries, deliver the campaign, stabilize your channel, then announce an amicable breakup. Maya stared at the page. You've lost your mind. Probably. Claire wrote rules across the top in block letters. But I already said you're my girlfriend. Maya looked at the woman who had kissed her in front of thousands, then publicly transformed that kiss into a relationship neither of them actually had. The marker squeaked as Claire underlined the word twice. Maya reached across the counter, took the marker from her hand and wrote beneath it, "No kissing unless the camera is on." Claire read the sentence, slowly lifted her eyes to Maya's, and held out her hand. 6 weeks. Maya looked at that familiar hand for one long second before taking it. 6 weeks. Claire tightened her grip once. Then, starting today, I'm your fake girlfriend. The rules multiplied faster than either woman expected. By Thursday morning, Claire's yellow legal pad sat between 2 coffee mugs on Maya's kitchen island, its paper curled at the corners and covered in black marker. No kissing unless a camera was recording. No sleeping over for content. No pretending when they were alone.
No jealousy.
No answering questions about intimacy. And, underlined 3 times by Maya, absolutely no improvising relationship milestones without warning the other person first. Claire tapped the final rule with her marker. You realize real couples probably need fewer regulations. Real couples don't have 18,000 people analyzing their facial expressions. 3 million people now. Maya threw a folded napkin at her. Claire caught it one-handed. The kitchen smelled of toasted cinnamon and fresh coffee, while sunlight reflected sharply off the stainless steel refrigerator. Their first sponsored couple shoot began in 40 minutes, and Brightside had chosen a waterfront cafe in Marina del Rey for a staged first date. By noon, Maya sat across from Claire beneath a striped patio umbrella, 2 cameras positioned beyond the table, and a producer monitoring audio several feet away. Sailboat masts clicked softly in the harbor. Salt hung in the warm breeze, mixing with the smell of grilled bread drifting from the cafe kitchen. Maya glanced at Claire's pale blue shirt. You wore that on purpose.
What?
The shirt everyone keeps commenting on. Claire smiled toward the camera. My girlfriend likes it. Maya nearly dropped her fork. Claire's smile widened. Rule 5, Maya murmured.
No improvising.
That wasn't a milestone. You call me your girlfriend like you've been doing it for years. Technically, that's the campaign. Claire reached across the table and wiped a speck of powdered sugar from Maya's cheek with her thumb. Maya went still. The cameras kept rolling. Claire's hand remained there half a second too long. That, Maya whispered, was definitely improvising. Looked natural, though. Maya could hear the tiny smile in Claire's voice. So she retaliated. When the producer signaled for them to walk along the marina, Maya slipped her hand into Claire's. Claire missed a step. Problem? Maya asked brightly. None. Their fingers adjusted around each other as they walked beneath white sunlight, past restaurant patios and polished boats rocking against their lines. Maya expected Claire to loosen her grip once they had enough footage. She didn't. 10 minutes later the producer called. Cut. We've got it. Camera lights went dark. Crew members began packing cables into padded cases. Maya kept walking another 3 steps before noticing Claire was still holding her hand. She looked down. Their fingers were still interlaced. Cameras off, Maya said. Claire followed her gaze and immediately released her. Habit. We've been fake dating for 3 days. Fast learner. Claire turned toward the parking lot, but Maya caught her wrist. Not hard. Just enough to stop her. The marina bells chimed somewhere behind them, thin metallic notes carrying over the water. Claire. What? Yesterday, you said we don't pretend when we're alone. Claire looked at Maya's hand around her wrist, then slowly back at her face. We're not alone. You know what I mean. For once, Claire had no quick answer. A warm gust lifted loose strands of her hair across her cheek. She tucked them behind one ear and looked toward the crew loading equipment 50 feet away. Maya released her wrist. Maybe we need another rule. Probably. That evening they returned to Maya's studio for a short live stream promoting the campaign. Violet LEDs colored the walls. Notification chimes rang through the speakers, and the same black desk from the kiss sat beneath their hands. The chat immediately demanded another kiss. Maya laughed and pointed toward Claire.
So the
girlfriend contract says you don't get everything you ask for. Claire leaned toward the microphone. She wrote that rule because she's bossy. You agreed to it. I agreed to 6 weeks with you. The sentence landed differently than either expected. Maya's smile faltered for a fraction of a second. The viewer count jumped. Claire glanced at her, then reached beneath the desk where no camera could see. Her fingers found Maya's hand. No challenge had asked for it. No sponsor required it. Maya looked toward the monitor, but Claire kept her eyes on the camera and continued talking as if nothing had happened. Maya could have pulled away. Instead, beneath the desk and outside the frame, she turned her palm upward and held on. By the second week, strangers online were noticing things Maya had been trying not to notice herself. She sat alone at the black studio desk after midnight, violet LEDs spilling across the walls while the computer fans whispered beneath the faint rattle of the air conditioner. An untouched mug of coffee had gone cold beside her keyboard, its bitter smell mixing with the peppermint trace left by the gum Claire always kept in the top drawer. Maya should have been checking analytics. Instead, she had clicked a compilation titled "The Way Claire Looks at Maya When Maya Isn't Looking." Absolutely ridiculous, Maya muttered. Then she pressed play. The first clip came from their Marina del Rey shoot. Maya was talking to the producer while Claire stood behind her, smiling at something Maya couldn't hear. Another showed Maya fixing a microphone during a live stream while Claire watched her from the edge of frame. Then came footage from yesterday's cooking challenge. Maya laughing after dropping flour across the counter, Claire staring at her for 3 silent seconds before remembering the camera existed. Maya paused the video. Claire's expression froze on screen. No performance.
No exaggerated girlfriend smile.
Just that quiet look. Maya dragged the timeline backward and watched it again. The front door clicked open. "Why are you still awake?" Claire walked into the studio carrying 2 paper takeout bags, the warm smell of garlic fries immediately filling the room. Maya slammed the laptop halfway shut. Claire stopped. "Were you watching edits without me?" "Analytics." "You close analytics like someone caught you reading their diary?" Maya reached for fry. Claire moved the bag away. "Confess first. Give me the fries." Truth before potatoes. Maya lunged for the bag. Claire twisted away, laughing, and they collided against the edge of the desk. A headphone stand tipped over with a plastic clatter. Maya caught Claire's forearm. Claire steadied Maya by the waist. Both stopped. The room was cool enough that Maya could feel goosebumps along her arms, but Claire's hand was warm through the thin fabric of her shirt. The laptop suddenly resumed playing. "Look at Claire's face," a commentator said through the speakers. "That woman is gone." Claire released Maya instantly. She stared at the laptop. Maya slowly opened the screen. "That was your analytics?" Claire asked. "Apparently the internet has developed a doctorate in your facial expressions." "Turn it off." Maya did. Claire picked up the fallen headphone stand and aligned it precisely with the edge of the desk. "They're seeing what they want to see." "Probably. Because we're selling them a relationship." "Right." Claire nodded too quickly. The following afternoon, they streamed a couple's Q&A from Maya's couch. Softbox lights warmed the room, and the faint vanilla scent of a candle drifted behind them. Questions rolled across the monitor. First date, favorite habit, biggest annoyance, who apologizes first. Easy material. Then one appeared repeatedly. "Claire, have you ever liked a woman before Maya?" Claire read it aloud and laughed.
No.
"I'm straight." Maya turned toward her. Claire kept smiling at the camera. "Very straight," she added. The chat exploded with laughing emojis. Maya played along. "Thank goodness. I was worried my fake girlfriend might actually like me." Claire's smile tightened. Terrifying thought. They moved on, but 10 minutes later Maya deliberately shifted closer while Claire answered another question. Their knees touched. Claire lost her sentence. The chat noticed immediately. After the stream ended, Claire stood and began collecting empty water bottles. Maya stayed seated. "You forgot the cameras were there." Claire's hand stopped around a bottle. "When?" "When I touched your knee." "I lost my train of thought." "You never lose your train of thought." The plastic bottle crackled beneath Claire's fingers. "What exactly are you asking me?" Maya rose. Only a few inches separated them now. "I'm asking whether we're still pretending." Claire's eyes dropped briefly toward Maya's mouth, exactly as they had after the first live stream kiss. Then she stepped backward. "I told you. I'm straight." Maya looked at the abandoned yellow legal pad on the coffee table, walked over, and tore out the page containing their rules. Claire stared as Maya folded it once and dropped it beside the cold coffee cups. What are you doing? Maya met her eyes. Until you figure out why you keep breaking these rules when nobody asks you to, we're not adding anymore. The first time Claire got jealous, she forgot there were 40,000 people watching. Maya was standing beneath the white stage lights at a creator showcase in downtown Los Angeles, one hand wrapped around a sweating glass of sparkling water, while bass from the main hall pulsed through the polished concrete floor. Brightside banners glowed electric blue behind the interview set, and the air smelled faintly of coffee, warm electronics, and somebody's expensive perfume. Across from Maya stood Lena Torres, a lifestyle streamer with twice Maya's audience and absolutely no respect for personal space. So this is the famous girlfriend, Lena said, glancing toward Claire behind the production monitor. Maya smiled for the live stream camera. Apparently I'm famous for having one now. Tragic. Lena touched Maya lightly on the forearm. I was going to ask you to dinner. Maya laughed. It was harmless. More importantly, it was good content. The comments raced across the confidence monitor beside the camera. Claire said nothing. She adjusted Maya's audio levels, jaw still, silver ring turning once around her finger. Lena leaned closer. Does fake girlfriend status come with exclusivity? Maya's eyes flicked toward Claire. You have to ask, yes. Claire's voice came through before Maya finished. The sound technician looked up. Lena raised an eyebrow. Claire removed her headset, crossed the 10 feet between them, and stepped directly beside Maya. Yes, it does. Maya stared at her. That line wasn't in the run sheet. Claire placed a hand around Maya's waist and drew her half a step closer. The audience chat surged so quickly the monitor became a blur. Lena smiled. Noted. Good, Claire said. There was no performance smile this time. Maya could feel the warmth of Claire's palm through her jacket and the slight pressure of her fingers at her side. Lena looked between them, clearly enjoying herself. You two are convincing. We practice, Maya said, because someone had to remember they were live. The segment ended 3 minutes later. The moment the camera light switched from red to black, Maya caught Claire by the elbow and steered her through a curtain into the backstage corridor. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. Equipment cases lined the cool concrete wall, their metal corners cold beneath Maya's fingertips as she pushed one aside to close the space between them. What was that? What was what? Claire reached for her headset. Maya took it from her hand. No producer voice. No girlfriend voice. You just walked onto my segment and practically marked territory. She was flirting with you. That was the segment. She touched you. Maya blinked. Somewhere beyond the curtain, applause burst from another stage and faded beneath the bass. So, Claire looked away. Maya stepped into her line of sight. Rule 4. Claire's mouth tightened. Don't.
No jealousy.
I wasn't jealous. You crossed a live set because another woman touched my arm. Claire reached for the headset again. Maya held it behind her back. Camera's off now, Maya said. Who exactly were you performing for? Claire stopped reaching. For several seconds, neither moved. The hallway smelled of dust and hot cables. Claire's eyes dropped to the floor, then returned to Maya. I didn't like watching her flirt with you. That's not an answer. It's the only one I have. Then why did you tell 40,000 people I'm exclusive to you? Claire's fingers closed around the silver ring, but she didn't turn it this time. Because for 1 second, she said, quieter now, I forgot we were pretending. Maya's grip loosened around the headset. Claire seemed to hear her own words only after they were spoken. She stepped back. Maya didn't let the distance settle. No. She placed the headset on the equipment case between them. You don't get to call yourself straight, hold my hand when cameras can't see it, get jealous when someone flirts with me, and then hide behind our contract. Claire's face went perfectly still. Maya held her gaze. Before our next couple stream, decide what part of this is actually fake. The hotel clerk slid one key card across the marble counter and said, There's only one room left. Maya looked at Claire. Claire looked at the single card. Behind them, the lobby doors whispered open and closed, carrying in cool San Diego night air and the distant smell of salt from the harbor. Their Brightside shoot had run 4 hours late, and a convention had swallowed nearly every room downtown. 2 beds? Maya asked. The clerk winced. 1 king.
Claire picked up the card.
We'll survive. Maya followed her toward the elevator. That confidence feels suspicious. I've known you 14 years. You've fake dated me for 2 weeks. Claire pressed the elevator button.
Exactly. Eves survived vers.
Upstairs, the room was painfully romantic for 2 women insisting nothing romantic was happening. Amber lamps warmed cream-colored walls. A king-size bed occupied the center beneath a padded headboard, while city lights shimmered through floor-to-ceiling glass. The air conditioner blew at 68 degrees, carrying the clean scent of hotel linen. Maya dropped her overnight bag onto an armchair. I'm taking the couch. Claire tested it with one hand. The cushions barely reached 5 feet. You're 5'7". I can bend. You'll wake up shaped like a question mark. Claire pulled 2 extra pillows from the closet and placed them down the center of the bed. International border. Maya stared at the pillow barrier. Very mature. You wrote the rules. And you keep breaking them. Claire's hands stopped on the last pillow. Neither mentioned Los Angeles. Maya went into the bathroom and shut the door. When she returned 20 minutes later in sweatpants and an oversized UCLA t-shirt, Claire was sitting beside the window with her laptop closed on her knees.
No cameras. No microphones.
No chat scrolling fast enough to hide behind. Maya sat on the opposite side of the bed. The mattress dipped between them. You owe me an answer. Claire rubbed her thumb over the edge of the laptop. About what part is fake? Yes. Outside, a trolley bell rang faintly several stories below. Claire set the laptop aside. That first kiss wasn't for the challenge. Maya's fingers tightened around the cool cotton sheet. Claire kept looking toward the window. I saw the comment. I knew everyone expected me to laugh it off. She swallowed. But I'd wondered what kissing you would feel like before that night. Maya didn't move. How long before? Long enough that I stopped counting. The air conditioner clicked off, leaving the room startlingly quiet. Claire, you've spent 2 weeks telling me you're straight. Because that's what I've called myself my entire adult life. Claire finally faced her. Boyfriends.
Dates.
Every answer I ever gave when someone asked. Then I kissed my best friend on a live stream and couldn't stop thinking about doing it again. Maya stood and walked toward the window. The glass felt cool beneath her fingertips. Do you know what I can't do? What? Be the experiment you use to figure yourself out. Claire rose. You're not. Then what am I? Claire crossed the room until only the pillow-strewn corner of the bed separated them. The reason I'm questioning an answer I thought I already knew. Maya's breath caught, but she shook her head. Claire stepped closer. Her gaze dropped toward Maya's mouth. Maya didn't retreat. For one suspended second, the room narrowed to the hum of traffic below and the clean cotton smell between them.
Claire leaned in.
Maya placed 2 fingers gently against her shoulder. No, Claire stopped immediately. Not like this, Maya said. Not while you still need to decide whether I'm real or just proof of something. Claire stepped back. Maya crossed to the bed, lifted the pillows dividing it, and tossed them onto the floor one by one. Claire watched without speaking. Maya climbed beneath the blanket and switched off her lamp. You can sleep here, she said into the darkness. But I'm done helping you pretend this doesn't mean anything. A moment later, Claire turned off the second lamp and lay beside her, leaving several inches between them. Neither crossed the distance. Then Claire's voice came quietly through the dark. It means something, Maya. That's exactly what scares me. The clip hit the internet before Maya and Claire made it back to Los Angeles. By the time Maya unlocked her apartment, her phone was vibrating so violently against her palm that she switched it to silent. Late afternoon sunlight burned orange through the studio blinds, cutting across the black desk where their microphones still stood side by side. The room smelled faintly of yesterday's coffee and warm plastic from equipment left running. Claire shut the door behind them. Maya. Maya dropped her overnight bag and turned her phone around. The video had been recorded outside their San Diego hotel room that morning, apparently by another creator walking down the hallway. 12 seconds. Claire opening the door. Maya behind her wearing the same UCLA shirt from the night before. One king-size bed visible over Maya's shoulder. The caption already had hundreds of thousands of views. So the fake girlfriends shared a bed? We didn't do anything, Claire said. That's not what they're asking. Another notification appeared. Then another. Maya opened the comments. Most were playful, but the questions underneath were becoming sharper. Is Claire actually straight? Was the fake dating story fake too? Did Brightside manufacture everything? Claire's phone rang. She looked at the screen and declined the call. It rang again immediately. Who is it? Maya asked. Claire slipped the phone into her pocket. Doesn't matter. Claire. People saw the clip. People have seen us kiss. That was different. Maya stared at her. The refrigerator hummed from the kitchen. Somewhere outside, a motorcycle accelerated down the street. Different because that happened on camera? Maya asked. Different because we had an explanation. Claire began pacing between the couch and studio desk. The challenge. The campaign. The contract. There was always something I could point to. Maya's voice dropped. And last night, Claire stopped. Before she could answer, her phone rang a third time. She rejected it again, then opened her social media app. I need to say something before this gets worse. Say what? Claire's thumbs hovered over the screen. Maya crossed the room and lowered the phone with one hand. Look at me first.
Claire did.
If you tell them nothing happened in that room, fine. That's true. Maya's fingers released the phone. But don't erase everything else because you're scared people might believe it. Claire looked toward the dark camera lens on the desk. They already believe it. Do you? Silence. Claire unlocked her phone. I need 5 minutes. She walked into the studio and shut the glass door. Maya remained outside while the red recording light came on. Through the glass, Claire sat in Maya's chair beneath the violet LEDs, hands folded tightly in front of the microphone. Maya couldn't hear every word through the door, but she heard enough. The relationship you've been seeing online was part of a sponsored campaign. Maya's hand went still against the glass. Claire continued. Maya and I are best friends. That's all we've ever been. Maya stepped backward. Inside, Claire hesitated, but the camera kept recording. The kiss that started this was a live stream challenge. Everything after that was marketing. Maya turned away before Claire finished. When the studio door opened several minutes later, Maya was standing at the kitchen island with the yellow legal pad in front of her. The page of rules she had torn out days earlier lay beside it. I posted it, Claire said. Maya nodded once. Good. Maya, I was trying to protect. Which part? Maya asked. Claire stopped. Maya picked up the Brightside contract, its paper crisp beneath her fingers. Your identity? The campaign? Me? Us. Maya gave a short laugh with no warmth in it. You just told the world there is no us. Claire moved closer. That isn't what I meant. You said everything was marketing. Maya tore the unsigned extension offer cleanly in half. The sound cracked through the kitchen.
Claire stared at the pieces.
Maya placed them on the counter, then unclipped Claire's producer key from the equipment lanyard and set it beside them. The campaign is over. You can't do that without losing the sponsorship. Then I lose it. Maya, and until you can say to me privately what you were brave enough to deny publicly, you're not producing my streams either. Claire's face went still. Maya opened the apartment door. Cool hallway air slipped inside. For 14 years, Claire had always been the person Maya expected to remain when everyone else left. This time Maya held the door for her. Claire removed the silver ring she had been twisting and closed it inside her fist. She walked into the hallway without another word. Maya shut the door, returned to the studio, and looked at the empty chair beside hers. Then she deleted their next scheduled couples stream. Maya's first live stream without Claire began with an empty chair beside her and 86,000 people asking why. The violet LEDs cast familiar bands of color across the studio walls, but everything else felt slightly misplaced. One microphone instead of two. One glass of water on the black desk. No peppermint gum tucked beside the control pad. The air conditioner breathed cold air across Maya's hands while notification chimes stacked over one another like tiny alarms. She adjusted her own audio levels, something Claire had done for 2 years, then looked directly into the lens. I owe you the truth. The chat accelerated. Maya ignored it. The relationship campaign was fake. That part Claire told you was true. Her fingers rested against the textured edge of the desk. But some things happened that weren't in any contract. And pretending they didn't happen hurt more than pretending we were dating. A knock sounded from the apartment door. Maya glanced toward the studio entrance. Another knock. Louder. The chat immediately noticed her expression. She muted the microphone, stood, and crossed the apartment. The hardwood felt cool beneath her bare feet. When she opened the door, Claire stood beneath the hallway's fluorescent light, breathing hard as though she had run from the elevator. Her hair was loose, her cheeks flushed, and the silver ring she usually twisted around her finger was gone. "You're live," Claire said. "I know. How many?" 86,000. Claire swallowed. "Good." Before Maya could stop her, Claire walked past. "Claire." She kept going. Maya followed her into the studio just as Claire pulled the empty chair toward the desk. Its wheels rattled over the floor. The chat exploded. Claire sat beneath the lights, leaned toward the microphone, and unmuted it. Maya remained standing. "What are you doing?" "Correcting something." Claire faced the camera. "What I said before was true about the campaign and false about us." Maya's hand tightened around the back of her chair. Claire continued before she could interrupt. "I called everything marketing because that gave me somewhere to hide. Maya didn't ask me to kiss her. The sponsor didn't ask me to hold her hand when the cameras were off. Nobody told me to get jealous. Nobody made me wonder what it would be like if 6 weeks didn't have an ending." The studio seemed impossibly quiet beneath the soft hum of equipment. Maya slowly sat down. Claire turned toward her now, leaving the camera to capture her profile. "I spent years calling myself straight because I thought knowing myself meant never changing the answer." She rubbed her bare ring finger. "Then I kissed my best friend, and suddenly the answer didn't fit anymore." Maya's eyes stayed on her. "You told everyone I was marketing." "I know. You made me feel like every moment I believed was real had embarrassed you." Claire flinched, but didn't look away. "I was embarrassed by myself, Maya. Not because I wanted you. Because I was terrified that wanting you meant I had to explain myself before I even understood myself." Comments flooded the monitor, but neither woman looked at them. Maya reached over and switched off the chat display. The screen went black. "Then don't explain yourself to them." Claire's breath caught. Maya pointed toward the camera. "Forget them. Maya, you kissed me when thousands were watching. You became my girlfriend because millions were watching. Every important thing between us has had an audience attached to it." Maya leaned closer, her voice quiet but steady. "So, answer one thing for me without performing." Claire nodded once. "Anything." Maya held her gaze. "If this camera weren't here, would you still choose me?" Claire stared at her for a long second. Then she stood. Instead of answering, she reached across the desk and pressed the stream control. The red live light vanished. 86,000 viewers disappeared into a black monitor. The notification chimes stopped. Only the air conditioner remained, whispering through the sudden silence. Maya looked from the dead camera to Claire. "What did you just do?" Claire walked around the desk until no lens stood between them. "You asked me what I'd choose if nobody was watching." She stopped directly in front of Maya and held out her hand. "Now nobody is." Maya looked at Claire's open hand, then at the black monitor where 86,000 viewers had vanished with one button. The violet LEDs still painted the studio walls, but without notification chimes and scrolling comments, the room felt unfamiliar. Quiet. The air conditioner clicked off. Somewhere in the kitchen, the refrigerator hummed, and Maya could smell the coffee she had abandoned before going live. "Nobody's watching," Claire said. Maya rose from the chair. "That's the point." She didn't take Claire's hand. "Not yet. I don't need another speech." Claire nodded. "Good. I'm out of speeches. And I don't need you to choose a label tonight." "Good, because I'm still figuring that part out." Claire stepped closer, stopping with enough space between them for Maya to move away. "But I know who I'm choosing." Maya's eyes stayed on hers. Claire lifted one hand, slowly enough to make the question clear, and touched Maya's cheek exactly where she had touched her during that first live stream. This time there was no challenge flashing across a monitor.
No donation encounter.
No sponsor waiting for usable footage. Can I kiss you?
Claire asked.
Maya glanced once toward the dark camera. Then she looked back at her best friend. Yes. Claire kissed her. Briefly.
Gently.
Nothing performed, nothing exaggerated. When they separated, Maya's fingers were curled lightly around Claire's wrist, and Claire was smiling in the crooked way Maya had known since college. Maya let out a small laugh. That was considerably less dramatic than the first one. I had fewer people to impress. 0, actually. My favorite audience size. Maya finally took Claire's hand. What happens to the 6-week contract? We ended it. Bright side. We tell them the truth. My channel. Claire looked toward the silent equipment. You keep making videos. I go back to producing them if you still want me there. Maya squeezed her fingers. Producer? Claire nodded. Best friend. Another nod. Maya raised an eyebrow. Girlfriend. Claire's mouth opened, but Maya stopped her. Not fake. Claire's answer came without hesitation. Then yes. 3 months later, the studio looked almost exactly the same. Violet lights. Black desk. 2 microphones. Claire's peppermint gum back in the top drawer. The yellow legal pad had returned too, except the old rules were crossed out beneath one sentence written in Maya's handwriting. Nothing real needs a script. Claire sat beside her adjusting audio levels while Maya watched the viewer counterclimb. Ready?
Claire asked.
You're the producer. That has never stopped you from ignoring me. Maya pressed the button. The red live icon appeared. Comments flooded the monitor so quickly that both women laughed. They didn't offer explanations about labels or timelines. They simply answered what belonged to them and skipped what didn't. Near the end, one familiar question began repeating across the chat. Maya read it aloud. Are you two still fake dating? Claire leaned back in her chair.
Technically, no.
Maya turned toward her. Technically? The fake part ended. The chat exploded. Maya laughed. When exactly did that happen? Claire glanced toward the same camera that had once given her somewhere to hide. The night we turned it off. Maya reached beneath the desk. Claire met her hand halfway. This time, neither hid the gesture. Their joined hands came up onto the desk, visible beneath the studio lights. Maya looked at Claire, and Claire looked back without checking the monitor, the viewer count, or the comments. After the stream, the red light disappeared, but their hands remained together. Claire unplugged her microphone. Maya closed the laptop. No contract waited on the kitchen island. No rules needed rewriting. Claire picked up the yellow legal pad and dropped it into the recycling bin. The paper landed with a soft rustle. Maya switched off the violet lights, leaving only the warm kitchen glow behind them. At the door, Claire reached automatically for Maya's hand. Maya intertwined their fingers and followed her out. Their first kiss had needed an audience to happen. Their fake relationship had needed an audience to survive. But their real love began the moment they no longer needed anyone watching.